Welcome back to Soulsborne News, the most trusted source for all things Souls and Souls-like. I'm MTK, and we got a lot to get to, so let's do it. Like me. Up first, we have some very interesting news about Black Myth Wukong's DLC. On X, the user Daniel Camillo made this post. DLC for Black Myth Wukong will come out somewhere near the Chinese New Year 2025. That is, right at the end of January or very soon after. Now, if you watched the episode where we covered the size of Black Myth Wukong's DLC, because it is rumored to be about the size of Shadow of the Erdtree, at least the actual size of the DLC itself, you know that I also stated that it wouldn't surprise me if Black Myth Wukong's DLC was put on the fast track due to its success and popularity, and investors not wanting the hype for the game to die down. They're trying to, kind of squeeze as much money out of it as possible. Well, this would seem to confirm that notion. Now, you might be asking, who is Daniel Camillo and why should we care what he has to say? Well, the interesting thing about him is that he covers gaming and gaming news, but specifically related to the Chinese market, and he has a lot of interesting connections and networks over there, which is of course where Black Myth Wukong hails from. So it does seem to give him at least a shred of credibility, and if you take that into account with the stuff that we already know about Black Myth Wukong and its coming DLC, it would seem that this is at the very least possible. If you watched our last episode, you know that we covered the recent news that FromSoft has confirmed that they have multiple projects currently in development. Well, now we have some more news about what one of those at least might be. Over on thegamer.com, the headline reads, FromSoftware appears to be hiring for a new Armored Core project. Further down in the article, it states this: according to the job board, the role is focused on concept art, characters, creatures, and most notably, mecha. Now, a couple things about this. First off, what it's talking about there, the job board, what that's referring to is the way we got the information about the projects in development from FromSoft is that they made a job posting or several job postings. And so in those job postings, they are claiming that some of them, at least, are requiring or desiring someone experienced in working on mecha type games. Now, if you know anything about FromSoft, there's only one franchise that they have that is remotely related to mecha, and that is Armored Core. And it is highly unlikely that they are going to start a new mecha franchise. So the most likely reason for this is that they are in fact working on something Armored Core related. Now, could it be a DLC? Probably not. The history of FromSoft with Armored Core is that they don't really do DLCs for that. Now, I'm not aware of one. I've been playing Armored Core since Armored Core 1 back on PlayStation 1, and I've never seen one. If I'm wrong about that, let me know in the comments, but it would seem that they are more than likely working on an Armored Core sequel, Armored Core 7 or Armored Core 6, something, subtitle something, but a new Armored Core, which I'm super stoked for. Armored Core is one of my favorite franchises of all time. So either way, whether it's a DLC or a new entry, I'm here for it. If you were upset by the recent promised consort Radahn nerf and you just really missed the firm but crisp spanking from his great swords, then the modding community has come to your rescue. In an article over on GameRanks, the headline reads this: Elden Ring mod cancels recent final boss nerf. And a little further down it says this: the newly released version 1.14 patch for Elden Ring nerfed the final boss in the game's Shadow of the Erdtree DLC, finally giving some players a better chance of bringing the enemy down. However, it seems that some players were less than happy with this change, with a pre-nerf Promised Consort Radahn mod appearing online soon after. So if you're in that more hardcore demographic, then this is music to your ears, and you're probably going to want to go check this mod out. If you're not in that hardcore demographic, then you aren't a real Elden Ring player. I'm kidding. maybe. It looks like the Jedi series from EA will be coming to a close in the series' next entry. In an article over on VGC, the headline reads, Respawn is developing the final chapter of the Star Wars Jedi story, EA says. And down here a little bit further, it has a quote from the president of EA Entertainment and Technology, and it says this, quote, "We have delivered some of the highest quality and best-selling Star Wars games of all time, with over 5 billion in net bookings. This impressive track record includes, of course, the Star Wars Jedi games, where over 40 million Star Wars fans have connected with Cal Kestis and his arc of becoming a powerful Jedi. Respawn is working hard to bring the final chapter of this thrilling story to players." End quote. I have to admit, this is bittersweet for me. I really enjoyed the Jedi series, Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor. I thought that they were both very good quality, solid Souls-likes. So I'm happy to see another entry in the series, excited to play that, but I'm also sad to see it come to an end. Some people didn't like them, some people even said they aren't Souls-likes at all. But in my opinion, they are quality games. You should go give them a try, and hopefully we'll see this next one coming soon. There's no details in the article of a release window or date or time or anything really. All we know is that the next one will be the last one. Bloodborne has made an appearance in the live streaming scene. The streamer Ouroboros did a live stream on September 16th over on Twitch, where he did play Bloodborne on PC. Now, before you get too excited, he did play it, but it was very buggy and crashed multiple times. So at least in its current state, it's probably not worth messing with, but it is a step in the right direction. So for all you PC gamers out there, there may be light at the end of the tunnel. Coming soon. It's not ready yet, but soon you may be able to load up Bloodborne on all your crazy expensive PC rigs. Cenat has begun his Sekiro marathon stream, and although the post here says June 20th, he did post in a reply that this is a typo and the actual start date is September 20th, which at the time of this recording is yesterday. So it is going now as we speak. And if you're hearing this, you are one of two people. Either you are a Kai fan and you already know what's going on, you're already watching it, or you are a Kai hater or neutral to him in general, and you're wondering why I'm bringing this up to begin with. And this is the reason. I think it highlights a very important discussion that needs to be had in the Souls community. Regardless of how you feel about him or how he plays the game, whether he cheeses or not, or whether you like his streams, that doesn't really matter. Souls-like games need developers. They need studios to make them. And studios make what makes sales. And so popular streamers, popular people in general, bringing light to Souls games is always a net good. It's always going to be a good thing for the community. The more exposure the Souls games get to people who maybe otherwise would not have been interested in them, helps to promote sales and bring notoriety to the genre, and then hopefully would bring more developers to create them. So I see this as a good thing. I'll probably tune in a couple times just to see if he's any good. We just got a glimpse into the new Lies of P DLC that is rumored to be releasing sometime this winter, although that is still a rumor at this point. But over on their official X account, they posted a letter from the director, and for the most part it's pretty standard stuff. He talks about how hard they're working on the DLC and how they're trying to improve on what is already a great game, and he thanks people that he's been working with. But at the very end, this is the most interesting part, it says this: P.S. By the way, here is a new song and artwork from the DLC. Can you imagine what new story will unfold? And I'll post a link to the song in the description so you can check that out for yourself. But here is the picture that they posted, and you can see that it looks like some kind of coastal area that seems to be a lighthouse off in the distance, and I would assume that that is Pinocchio standing beneath it. It looks really dark and mysterious and beautiful, has me pumped and hyped. I don't know much more about it. Nobody does really, but it is really interesting, and I thought I would bring it up just for anybody who hasn't seen it yet. Those are all the stories that I wanted to go over with you today. If you could, please leave a like and subscribe if you did enjoy the video, so that you can stay up to date with all the latest on the Souls and Souls-like genre. I'm MTK. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.